What's up, guys? It's your boy Zowoki back out with another Chris Watts video, and with Patty Productions had posted a video, and then a lot of you guys have been sending me the links to watch this. Chris Watts is mad at podcasters, YouTubers. Oh, really? And the babysitter interview. Interesting. So we're going to watch this video. I definitely am very intrigued and want to know more. Plus, if Chris Watts, if you're watching this, I don't know how he's mad at YouTubers and so forth, if he's able to watch it wherever have you, but I don't care. But with that being said, let's get into the video. But before we go any further, make sure you guys are subscribed to my YouTube channel by hitting that white bar icon down at the bottom right. Hit that bell icon next to it. So when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that I posted that video. And then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, thank you all so very much for the love and support that you show on my channel. Hopefully one day we'll get that 100K goal. And then also that same support that you show me, go over to Patty Productions. Go give him some love. Subscribe, comment, like, and share. He's a newer channel, but he's new to the scene of the Chris Watts case, and he's doing a fantastic job. So with that being said, let's get into the video.
Chris, what is a statement you would like me to release for you on your behalf?
Well, I'd just like to say that I've heard all this information that's been
Oh, this is the Kim call. I don't think I've heard this one, but I definitely want to hear it.
put out about me, about my family, about my friends, and I'd just like to say that this armchair detective podcast or whatever it may be, not in support of my will, of my wishes, of my feelings, of my mindset, my directives.
Well, you kind of lost that ability when you annihilated your family there, my dude.
It's all been done without me blessing it, and I want to refer people to talk to Kim, to listen
Which I think Chris and Kim had a fallout that I know of.
to Kim, because she knows more about me, more about this case than anybody else. And I just want people to trust her and don't go to these podcasts that have this mindset to spread propaganda, spread hurt, spread accusations. So I'm just
Spread hurt? You were spreading that Shanann murdered the children. That was the lie for how long? What?
I'm not in support of it.
Okay, that's awesome. That's a great message, and I think that will help people know who to trust and what to believe so that that stuff can be stopped.
Recording knows your dad is Jeremy,
Yes.
and Jeremy knows you're talking with me right
Yes.
now. Okay. So we're talking about Chris and
So apparently Chris doesn't like this babysitter interview. I don't know why.
Shanann Watts and some responsibilities you might have had for babysitting their children.
Ooh, I'm very interested.
What a nightmare, because I'm rubbish at this. Welcome back, everyone. If I don't look very happy, then it's because I've just done it again, 18 minutes, and I didn't press record. Anyway, welcome back.
No.
First video is...
I've done that too. I know how you feel, man, dude. I thought I pushed record, and then I find out that I've been talking for like 30 minutes. I'm like, oy vey.
is the babysitter that looked after the kids when Chris went out with Nicole. He's supposed to be going to a sports match, but he never. He took Nicole out. The young girl he babysat, her father used to work with Chris and Shanann. She was over there at 4:30 on the 11th of August. And Chris was going to a Rockies game. That's what he was telling everybody. Shanann was already away in Arizona for work. She did say when she was interviewed that Shanann was the only one checking in for all the kids. Chris never bothered. Once he was out, he was out. On the 9th of August, Shanann cancels the baby reveal. She texts a friend saying that she grabbed Chris's hand on the ultrasound and he never grabbed it back. Big red flag there. A bit heartless. So I think, quite rightly, by then she starts to get suspicious. Also on the 9th, she texts her friend saying that her and Chris have had a good talk and it was the best talk yet. She does text, I don't know how we fell out of compatibility, meaning her and Chris. Probably because
Because of NK.
you want to save your marriage and he wants to kill you. On the 11th, then, Chris hires the babysitter to go and watch, apparently, the Colorado Rockies. We all know that's not true. It was the date with Nicole. The statement from prison was from a lady called Kim Kaufman. Who's Kim, I hear you ask? Well, it seems a lot of nefarious things were happening after Chris was jailed, and a lot of people were trying to make a quick buck out of the families, getting involved directly with the families. I don't mean just a couple of people reporting on it, I mean getting directly involved with. A YouTube channel called Crime Catalyst set up a Facebook group. Apparently they were the first ones to set up a Facebook group on the chriswatts case, and this Kim Kaufman apparently befriended the group. Now, I don't know if she befriended the group, infiltrated the group, more like, but she basically enters this Facebook group and tries to take over, and later on she's removed. Around that time, Cindy's getting...
I feel like a lot of the bad rumors and the negativity came from this person. I don't know. I just found out about her not too long ago. I'm not diving into anything with her because I don't care about her. I care about the possibility of NK being involved. But this Kim Kaufman, I don't know who she is, but sounds like she toiled with a lot of people and feelings and emotions and so forth.
Getting attacked, people against her. She posts in the group, I'm looking for the best lawyer to represent my son, which obviously isn't going to go down well with people. So I think she was getting attacked over it. Kim Kaufman becomes an unofficial spokesperson, I think. She sort of stuck up for her, so she befriends her, but later on she becomes dodgy because apparently she hacked Cindy's Facebook. There was a lot of dodginess going on. Certain people have had...
She hacked Cindy's Facebook?
ulterior motives going into these sort of groups or getting involved with the family. So the statement is from Chris to Kim. Apparently Chris doesn't agree with podcasts. They don't represent him in a good light.
I was to say, do you know how many podcasts there are? There's more than 1,000. Facebook groups, there's more than 1,000. Instagram, there's hundreds. Like TikTok, there's hundreds. Rumble, there's hundreds. Like, we're talking about a mass that following of this case. It's ridiculous.
And it's all propaganda, according to Chris. Also, this Kim apparently was always promising big...
Well, it's propaganda, but why don't you actually tell us the truth and actually have this case silenced? And again, like I said, if we were asked, or if Chris Watts was asked, was anybody else involved? That would seal this case completely. One, if she was guilty, then that would actually get her to be put in jail. But if she was innocent, I guarantee this case would be done. I absolutely guarantee if we found out if she was innocent or guilty, this case would be done. I wholeheartedly believe that.
Big things, and she never delivered. A lot of people are new to this sort of stuff, new to the case, new to the fact, new to all these dodgy things that were going on, so I'm going to have a look at them. Massive shout out to Kez5150, new member, welcome aboard. If you want to come along, hit the join button. All my lovely friends in the United States, all my friends in Australia, Denmark, Sweden, love you all. Let's get into the video.
Courtney knows your dad is Jeremy.
Yes.
And Jeremy knows
I like this guy. He seems like somebody that you could hang out and chill and play video games with.
you're talking with me right
Yes.
now. Okay. So we're talking about Chris
I still want to know why he's upset with the babysitter interview.
and Shanann Watts and some responsibilities you might have had for babysitting their children.
Yes.
So how long have you known Chris and Shanann?
My dad used to work with them, and I think I got to meet them when I was around 6 or 7 years old.
So Jeremy is your dad?
Yes.
And who did he work with?
He worked with both of them. They both worked at Longmont Ford.
Which we have seen their interviews and so forth, which they're in the playlist of the crime and so forth.
Shanann was a salesperson, and Chris was a mechanic.
Okay. Do you remember
He should have stayed a mechanic.
when that was?
I would say probably in 2013 or 14-ish is when they all worked there at the same
What
time.
did your dad do there?
He was an internet manager.
Does your dad still work at
No, he works at Siltahar Motors now.
Siltahar? Okay, down in Boulder.
Yeah.
And do you know what Chris and
And you know what's funny is the same detective that is interviewing this babysitter. Do you see how like descriptive, how very detailed his questions are? He wasn't this way with Nicole. Like his questioning, I felt was so vague. It was so not to the point. It was almost like he was leading the questioning into her answers, and she would just be like, yep, nope, yep. Like a lot of the questions were like that. It's like, let her speak on her behalf. First of all, get the dad out of the room, and then actually hard question her and not dodge around the questions. But do you see, am I on this? I don't know. I feel like he's really interviewing her when he should have been doing the same thing to Nicole.
Shannon do now?
Yes. Shanann advertises this thing called Thrive, which is a patchy word that gives you like energy boosts, I guess. And then Chris does the oil company where they drill in the ground to find oil. I think it's called Anadarko.
Anadarko,
Yeah.
so he works there.
Yes.
And Shannon, does she mainly work from home?
Yes.
Or does she travel? Or
She travels for business, with, like conventions and stuff, and she posts on Facebook, and I think she advertises, and that's what her job is to advertise for Thrive.
okay, so she's an advertiser, and he works in the oil industry.
Mm-hmm.
And so you think you've known them since 5 or 6 years?
Yeah.
So you babysit for them not on a regular basis or on a regular
This was the first time she ever did.
basis?
Not on a regular basis.
So how many times have you babysat for them?
Just once.
Once. And when was that?
Saturday night.
Okay, so today is the 14th. Monday is the 13th. Sunday is the 12th.
So the 11th.
So the 11th.
Yes.
Okay, so you babysat for them on Saturday. What time did you start babysitting?
4:30 p.m.
4:30 p.m.?
Yes.
And who asked you to babysit?
See, why is he asking so many detailed questions on her babysitting? Like, what would the answers? What is it going to solve? It's not like she was involved. She just babysat the girls while he was lying and went off with Nicole. I don't understand why the questions are so detailed. Am I wrong?
Chris had contacted my dad.
They had another babysitter.
On what day?
Friday.
Do you know what time?
No, I do not know what time.
And he asked,
He asked if I could babysit their kids while he went to the Rockies game and Shanann was out of town.
do you know who he was going to the Rockies game with?
He said something about how it was with his work or something from his work. Because my dad was going to the Broncos game that night, and my dad had invited him to go
I would have rather gone to the Broncos game.
to the Broncos game because he had an extra ticket, and he said he couldn't because this is something from work.
So friends or something from work.
Yeah.
I so would have taken the Bronco tickets. Broncos are my favorite team.
Did you
Then it's
see?
like-
So what time? How did you get to his house? Did you babysit there, or did he come here?
I went there, my mom dropped me off.
And that was on Saturday.
Yes.
Your mom? What's your mom's name?
Jennifer.
Lindstrom?
Yes.
Do you know your mom's birthday?
July 1st, 1981.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
You know your mom's birthday. So Saturday, your mom drops you off. What time?
4:30.
Was anybody at the house?
Chris and his two daughters,
Okay. What are his daughters' names?
Celeste and Bella.
How old's Celeste?
Why? For the people that are professionals that do watch my videos, can you tell me why he is so detailed with his questions? Like, I don't know, like, why is he asking their names? It's not like she's involved. I might be dumb. I just want to know, is there a reason why he's so on point with her interviews or this interview, and why he didn't do this with Nicole? Please, for the professionals, let me know in the comments, because I don't understand it.
She's 3 and Bella is 4.
Anybody else at the house besides those 3?
No.
So tell me what happens.
Peter.
Your mom drops you off. Does your mom come in with you?
No.
You just get out?
Yeah.
Go in by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a cell phone?
I do.
What's your number?
720.
And your address is. So you go into the house. Chris, Celeste, and Bella are there. All right. And does Chris tell you what he wants you to do, or
Yeah.
tell me what Chris tells you? And you said, sorry, let me back up real quick. Shanann was not home. She was somewhere else.
Yes.
Where was she?
Arizona for her work.
And Chris told you that?
Yes, and I had seen posts on Facebook because I'm friends with Shanann on
Okay,
Facebook.
so you knew,
Yeah.
but Chris told you the same.
Yes.
Okay. So just tell me your conversation with Chris when you show up.
I walked in and then he asked what kind of pizza I liked because he was going to order me and the girls pizza for dinner. So he got on the phone and ordered them pizza. He gave them their medicine before he left because he didn't want me to have to worry about that. And they were all...
But see, that's what bothers me too, is why would Chris give the medicine to the girls if he knew they weren't going to be here by Monday? That's just like questions that come up in my head where I'm like, well, if he was tucking them in, he was feeding them, he was loving them. I mean, from what we've seen for the pictures, why would he go and take care of them only to remove them from his life? I don't know. It's just things I think about.
already in their pajamas, and he said I just have to play with them, and then at 7 o'clock lay them down to go to bed. And
So he told you to put them down at 7 p.m.?
Yes, and he just showed me
Sounds like a good bedtime for me.
where their cameras were for their rooms, and showed me how
What
to...
kind of cameras?
They were like installed on the wall, and there was like this little mini thing I could watch to make sure they were okay.
Which that mini thing that she's talking about actually has places for SD cards. I've looked at the product, and it actually has a spot where you can view live, but then you can also record. Unfortunately, there was never an SD card that was shown, which I wish there was.
In their beds.
So like a little television you were watching, and you could see the kids?
Yeah, it was like a handheld, and it switched back from each room.
Okay, was that part of their video surveillance, or was it separate?
I think it was separate. And then,
Do you know if that recorded, or was it just live?
I think it was just live. And then he gave me his cell phone number just in case I needed
Do
anything.
you remember what that is?
No, it was on the counter and I didn't need it. And then Shanann was texting me. She was like, "Are the girls okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, they're fine."
So Shanann knew you were there too?
Yes, she called
Did
me.
Chris ever text you?
No.
So Shanann knew you were there because Chris told her,
Yeah.
or did you tell her?
He was too busy having boom boom with Nicole because that was the day that she Googled threesomes, butt stuff, and pH. Yeah, that was when she did it.
I think Chris told her.
So how did Chris leave the house? Well, so did he run you through these instructions? Do you recall what the girls were wearing?
Yes, they were wearing two.
Why does that matter? On the 11th of September, why is he asking what the girls are wearing? But yet can't go to Nicole and ask her, hey, why did your phone ping in Frederick, Colorado, the morning of the murders, the same time that Chris was leaving with his family that he started to annihilate? But no, he wants to know what the girls were wearing the night with the babysitter.
Nightgowns, and actually police officer came over today and they had pictures and they told me to pick out which ones they were wearing.
So they went through that with you.
Yeah.
And can you just describe them, what they were wearing, if you remember?
They were 2 nightgowns, and I think one was blue, and they just had like little kid, like stars and hearts and sparkles and stuff on them.
Okay.
And I think the other one was like a peach color.
But then yet can't ask Nicole why she had a 100-minute phone call and be persistent on it. No. Oh, I don't know what we talked about. Oh, okay. No problem. What?
Okay. Remember what was on?
Or why do I have to leave Jim alone? You're telling me not to look at Jim. Okay, no problem. But I want to know what the girls were wearing with their babysitter. What did they have to eat? Oh, pizza. Was that with cheese? Or was that vegetarian? Like, these are the stupidest questions I've ever heard.
On that one?
What's that?
Do you remember what was on that one?
They were kind of similar. It's still like the stars and the hearts. And
Okay.
I have a
Remember what-
picture of what Cece was wearing.
Did you take a picture of her that night?
Chris took the picture, I'm pretty sure.
On your phone?
No, he posted it on Facebook, or Shanae posted it, because he was sending them pictures of the girls when she was checking in on them.
How did... Okay, tell me how somebody got a picture of the girls that night.
I'm pretty sure it's taken on Chris's phone, and then I'm guessing he sent it to her, and then she had posted it on Facebook, so that's how I saw it.
Prior to him leaving for the game?
I can check when she posted it,
Okay.
because I noticed that was the same came over to watch them. It was...
This younger babysitter, this girl right here, she's smarter than Nicole, Chris combined.
Yeah, she posted it on Saturday at 10:30 at night, so, and that's the night I babysat.
Can I see that picture?
Yes. That's the youngest one, Celeste, but she goes by Cece too.
Mind if I take a picture?
Go ahead. Is it bad lighting?
Fine. Thank you. So she posted that Saturday, and that's the clothing that Celeste was wearing
Yes.
the night that you babysat for them. So do you think that's prior? What time did you babysit? You got there at 4:30?
Yeah.
Or did you leave?
That's the 4th time he asked, what time did you start babysitting? What the flip?
Around 10:30.
Were the kids sleeping?
Yes. I'm guessing that was before I came because it's light.
Just making some notes, just a second. So you did not send
Notes that he's never going to need again.
that picture to Shanae.
Mm-mm.
Chris must have.
Yes.
Do you remember what Chris was wearing when you left?
A white t-shirt and darkish, almost black jeans.
Do you remember if the t-shirt had anything on it?
No, I think it was plain.
Do you remember his shoes?
No.
A jacket, anything else? Does he wear glasses?
Yeah, he usually doesn't, but when he left, I'm pretty sure he was wearing his glasses.
Like reading glasses or sunglasses?
Reading glasses.
He left your
I'm not over... This is not me over-exaggerating. I think this is ridiculous.
phone number to reach him.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that, again, you said it was just written down on the counter? It was written on a note?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know who he left with?
No.
Did you see the vehicle or the car that he left in?
No, he told me to go distract the kids while he left so they didn't get upset that he was leaving.
See, now I can only see that this question is important, but other than that, no.
Did you hear a car?
No.
No,
Did
he
he
walked.
take his own truck, or do you think he left with somebody?
I'm not sure because his work truck was parked in front
No, he slingshotted himself to somewhere. I don't know. Remember where he went.
of the house, and I never looked in the garage or anything to see if any
Did the
vehicles.
work truck ever leave?
No.
What's his
Because her job was to care for Bella and Celeste. Why would she look in the garage? Why would she care what he drove when he left? This is on Saturday. This has no correlation with anything to do with Shanann, Bella, Celeste, and Nico's disappearance.
It's big and brown, and it has like a bunch of mechanical stuff on the back of it. It looks like for the oil fields.
Does it have any markings on it?
No.
Does it say the name of the business?
No, it's blank. Because I remember the girls kept pointing it out because they're like, that's my daddy's truck.
So the girls are 3 and 4, but they talk with you a lot?
Yes, they're very talkative.
They're very talkative?
Yes.
Okay. So did they tell you anything that was happening? Was there anything that was concerning that you heard?
Bella she sat by me and
That's the only smart question I think he's asked. Did they tell you anything of a concern? Yeah.
she was really concerned. Her little sister fell asleep before her, so she sat on the couch with me for a while, and she actually told me something. She's like, can I ask you something? And I was like, yeah. She was like, my little sister has, like, she told me if she eats coconut, she'll never be able to see her again. So I'm guessing that the littlest one has a severe allergy, and that's what they told her, that if she eats that, she'll never be able to see her again. And she was really upset by that.
Bella was?
Yeah.
And so if Cece ate coconut, she would potentially
Yeah,
die.
I know she has a tree nut allergy, but I never heard coconut. So I wonder if they just, I don't know if she got
So
coconut.
Cece has a tree nut allergy?
Yeah, like a severe one.
Okay. So you watch the children. He leaves about, you get there at 4:30. What time do you think he leaves?
Oh my gosh! This is the 5th time that he's asked. Oh my gosh!
Probably 4:45 after we've like gone through everything, and he orders the pizza for us. And
Where was the pizza from?
Oh my gosh! Was it pepperoni or was it garbage pizza? Like,
Papa John's, I think.
Okay. And he leaves about 4:45. You didn't see who he left with.
Mm-mm.
Okay, you watch the kids. Any phone calls? Do you see anything out of place at the house? Is anything weird?
It seemed normal. They all were acting normal. The kids were having fun. And the house seemed fine.
I'm surprised he doesn't go, what kind of fun? Was it physical fun? Emotional fun? What was it?
And
Oh, was it raining outside? Like, this is the questions he's asking.
you put the girls down.
But he's asking those dumber questions to Nicole.
7.
Yeah.
And then what time does Chris come back?
Around 10:30.
Anybody else in the house while you're there? Just you and the 2 girls?
Yeah, my mom was waiting
Who else would it be in there?
outside to pick me up
What
because
time?
he told me 10, so my mom came at 10, but when he said he had gotten stuck in some traffic, which was understandable.
And your mom was there to pick you up?
Yeah. She
Traffic meaning NK.
was waiting outside the house in her car.
She's waiting in her car?
Yeah.
He gets home at 10:30, and he was at the Rockies game, right?
Yes.
That's where he said he was going?
Yes.
Did he mention anything that happened, or
He just gave me the money and I left.
he didn't tell you? He said he got stuck in traffic?
Yeah.
Was he wearing the same clothing?
Yes.
And you didn't ever see who he came back with?
No, my mom saw him come home, so
Your mom
I
did?
bet if you ask her,
Shout out Jay for Justice. Crime Talk for the second one. So Shanann cancelled the baby reveal on the 9th. I don't know what I said and what I haven't, but I just do it all again. On the 9th of August, Shanann cancelled her friend, saying that she texted her friend
I like his outtakes.
saying that she grabbed Chris's hand. Text a friend saying that she grabbed Chris's hand on the ultrasound and he never grabbed it back. Big red flag. So Shanann, fuck.
I like his outtakes. But, Chris, if you ever see this, your feelings don't matter. People, thousands of people, millions of people talk about you every day. I'm not the only one. So for those haters out there, oh, Zowoki's spouting off crap again. Really? There's other YouTubers that do it every single day. I'm not the only one. We don't care what Chris's feelings are, or if his rights were impeded when we make these podcasts or videos. You wanted to be quiet. You should have stayed quiet, lived your life with your family, and not been doing hanky panky with Mrs. NK. But you decided to publicly do all this. So, yeah, we don't care. I think it's funny that Chris Watts thinks he's mad at people for talking about what he did, or what he believes in, and the people that were close to him, and so forth. We don't care. I don't know why he would be mad at the babysitter interview. I'm wondering if he just added this. The babysitter interview. I'm sorry, I can't talk today. Or if it means that Chris Watts is mad at podcasters and the babysitter interview that was done. Was he upset with that one? I don't know if I'm looking in too deep to it, but I still think, like, why was he, the detective, being so strict on the questions he was asking, which were repetitively said, and yet Nicole gets like this interview from wish.com or from Temu. Like, what kind of questioning was it, or was that? I could see why he got let go of questioning her. He wasn't doing a very good job. He did a way over the top on the babysitter interview. I mean, all he had to do was ask her like 2 or 3 questions and then been on with her their days. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Don't forget to go over to Patty Productions, give him some love, and so forth, and show the love here. Comments, because I definitely do read as much as I can, and hit the like button on the video as well, and we will see you guys in the next one. Please take care, be safe, and as always, keep nerding on, and we will see you guys in the next video.